know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Cult of the Living Dead.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Cult of the Living Dead. This week, we are covering the 1968 cult comedy sex movie Barbarella. As always, I am your host, The Dale, followed by my two co-hosts, Mr. Saya.
Hello.
And Twan.
Yep.
Just a quick reminder for first-time listeners, we are a cult movie podcast. We cover cult classics, B-movies, and horror. None of us are academically trained in film critique, but we all love movies, so thank you for joining us and enjoy the ride. All right, Barbarella, 1968 movie. What a fucking 1968 ass movie this movie was.
Yes, it was.
It was directed by Roger Vadim, who I guess was Jane Fonda's husband at the time.
Oh, crazy.
Other movies he did was The Game Is Over, No Sun in Venice, and Love on a Pillow. I have never seen any of these movies.
They all sound like pornos.
They do. They do sound like pornos. The writer was John Claude Forrest. He did Mary Mathetique. Another writer was Terry Southern. He did Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb.
Nice. Classic.
That's a classic. And then Anita Pellenberg is also credited with writing. When you look her up, all it says is that she's famous for dating one of the Rolling Stones. She dated Brian Jones, which I think is pretty funny. Like, that's fucked up. That's like the first thing in her bio says, known for dating the Rolling Stones. And the music was by Bob Crew. He also did the music for Moulin Rouge and Free Guy. So damn, this guy's been in the business a while. I think Free Guy came out in like 2018 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan
Deadpool?
Reynolds, yeah. That just came out like
Maybe it was in the 2020s.
2020, yeah.
That was a COVID movie, huh?
I think it was after.
Yeah. I think it came out like last year.
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
And then also Charles Fox, who did a bunch of TV series. The two that I wrote down was he did Happy Days and Wonder Woman, but he also did music like far more recently than those two. So the movie stars Jane Fonda as the titular character Barbarella. She's also been in Clute, Julia, and Coming Home. I thought I would have known way more Jane Fonda movies, but I didn't. I know who Jane Fonda is. I don't think I've seen very many of her movies.
Yeah, I haven't either. I think, she might have been like out of our time. You know?
Yeah, but I watch a lot of
time.
I watch a lot of movies from the 60s and 70s. I just never I got her confused with Farrah Fawcett for a little while.
Mm.
Farrah Fawcett's Charlie's Angels.
I just know that Mickey Avalon did a song titled Jane Fonda. So I always thought that she was some sort of like sex symbol. I never knew what she actually looked like until I saw this movie.
She's like one of the first women who, well, I don't know first, but she was like scandalized for having nudes that were sold to Playboy. And she was on Playboy.
Damn.
So she had that sex symbol reputation. I mean, she's beautiful. She's an incredibly gorgeous woman.
Yeah. My partner was telling me yesterday that she had a line of like workout videos too.
Interesting. I know she's a big like left wing like philanthropist, politically like active person.
Yes, she is to this day.
That's cool. We have John Philip Law, who plays the angel Pygar. He was in Sherry. No, my bad. He was in The Golden Voyage of Sinbad and Death Rides on a Horse, which was a famous Western. We have the Great Tyrant, played by Anita Pellenberg. She was in Sherry, Performance, and A Degree of Murder, also famous for dating Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones. We have the Concierge / Durand Durand. Those are what a twist. Played
Spoiler.
by Milo O'Shea. He was in Romeo and Juliet, The Verdict, and Ulysses. And Professor Ping was played by the famous French mime Marcel Marseille. He was in Silent Movie, Evo Zuali Robert. I guess one thing that's interesting about him is he plays the actor, but his voice is dubbed over because he's a mime, so he doesn't talk.
Wait, wait, what?
So he's mouthing the lines and they
Yeah.
dub somebody's voice over it.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
look it up. It's Robert. I thought I wrote it down. Let me see. Let me check my interesting facts in the meantime.
Surprised you don't have this like already just pulled up. You
Oh, my
rely
bad.
strictly on your notes.
He was the first. This was his first speaking role in the film
Oh, okay.
ever.
Crazy.
I also saw that he did get dubbed over, but maybe it was for a different language.
Hmm.
Yeah, I rely strictly on my notes.
He literally writes notes the whole time. Like he has like a book and he's just fucking writing.
I got my multicolored pen. I do it. I do it. I do it. Fucking college style. It's the only way I know how to take notes. And then we have.
It's
So
2024.
technologically savvy, and this fool's fucking still taking notes like a fucking caveman.
He is the caveman.
Dude, he's over here building his own fucking like backlight system for his TV, but still taking notes for fucking pen and paper. The multicolored pen from like the 60s.
Look, I'm almost out of paper too. I need a new notebook.
Save the trees.
I have so many notebooks. I have like five or six like spiral bound notebooks that are just like ready to go. I bought them like beginning of the school year. They're like 60 cents a pop. So I bought like 10 of them.
Yeah.
I have a like a whole fucking like one of those big black and yellow like 26-gallon like containers. Like half of it's just full of like notes and shit from college. In case I need to reference it later. There's a lot of good material in there. And then I wrote a couple other people down, but I don't think they're necessary to go over. I wrote down Captain Moon, but I don't remember who Captain Moon was in the movie.
Captain Moon? I don't
It was
remember
by
that character.
Veronique Vendel.
Oh, there's Captain Sun.
Yeah, I don't remember any of these
Captain
characters.
Sun is yeah, Captain Moon. Who the fuck is Captain Moon?
I don't remember at all. I was like, what?
I'm trying to look it
I
up
don't
right now.
remember a Captain Moon or a Captain Sun.
Like, there's not that many characters in the movie.
Like
Who
I know
is-
throughout the movie, there's so many different like
Who was
I don't know areas, name drops, and like we're supposed to just know this fucking world.
who was the guy that saves her from the twin children? That might be Captain Moon.
That was Mark.
That was a catcher.
Yeah, that was the catcher.
Oh.
That was
Oh, maybe Captain Moon was the chick who takes Barbarella away from the angel and escorts her down to the bird cage. That might be Captain Moon.
Oh, and then I forgot a hilarious character. David Hemming plays Dildano. David Hemmings was fucking great in this movie.
Yeah.
He was in The Walking Stick, Fragment of Fear, and Unmanned Withering and Zigo. So, some of these movie names are like, holy shit, you could never make movies like that anymore. No one's taking a chance on a movie called Unmo and fucking Zigo on it. All right. So this movie was based on a British comic, I believe. So this is based on a comic book, which I think is pretty interesting. That I did know before watching this. Did you guys know that it was based on a comic book?
No.
I feel like it has a very like comic book kind of feel to it.
I think once I saw it and then learning that, I definitely yes. But like prior to that, I had no idea what I was getting into. So yeah, I mean, I knew of the movie because I mean it's been on our list and like I've heard of Jane Fonda and like I just all of that like general base like outside knowledge stuff, but I had no idea what the hell we were gonna watch until we actually started watching it.
What about you, Twan? What's your background information about this movie?
I had no idea about this movie. Yeah, just the fact that it somehow made it on our list. Uh, yeah, like I said earlier, the only thing I know about Jane Fonda is this song by Mickey Avalon. Um, that's that's about it. Yeah, I don't really watch movies that are this old. I think I don't know. It just doesn't doesn't interest me. So
Not a fan of the classics. I mean, that's
I
fair.
mean,
I know plenty of people who like the newer Star Wars movies more than the original three, just because the special effects are better.
I love the original Star Wars, but
No, I
like,
know, but I'm saying like some people like the old movies can be hard to get through.
yeah, I mean, this, yeah, like we'll just talk about it. But yeah, my prior knowledge to this, I had no idea that this was a movie that ever existed.
I heard of this movie through, I'm pretty sure my dad. My dad grew up during this era.
Your dad's a freak.
And well, Jane Fonda was the hot chick, one of the hot chicks of the era. Like she was a sex symbol, as we've stated earlier, was in Playboy and stuff. I don't think she was I think that was done kind of against her will though, which is kind of fucked up. Uh
Mm,
sh- but
she got Diddy.
I think the her costumes are pretty iconic that I've seen referenced in other media. I think the Simpsons reference her at some point. I think I saw clips of this movie on like Spike TV.
Of course,
Classic.
on
But
the Dude Show.
yeah. This is like my first actual excuse me, her first actual viewing of it. Um so I was excited to watch it because I've known about it and I know it's infamous. So I was not expecting it to be a comedy. I thought it was gonna be like just like a really bad sci-fi movie. Like it was trying to be an actual sci-fi movie until like I was telling Saya like a quarter of the way into it. I was like, oh no, this movie is being dumb on purpose. Like, okay, I get this. This is funny.
Quarter of the way. Shit, I didn't realize that it was not taking itself seriously until Dildano came out. Then I was like, oh, it's a comedy. And that was like 40. That's like three quarters of the way. The whole time, I was, yeah. It's fucking. I'm sitting here
I,
like,
What
what
is
the
this?
fuck kind of sci-fi movie is this? Like,
I feel like I got that when it starts and her spaceship is like shag carpet. Like
So I thought like that was just like, oh, it's the 60s.
yeah, I thought it was just like a
yeah.
'60s. I don't know.
I
I
immediately took it
keep.
as a comedy.
I'm gonna keep saying this, but I thought it was. I thought we were watching a fucking softcore porn. I was like, fuck.
It
Shag
is
carpets,
it is very
fucking Jane
French.
Fonda topless and titties out
Always.
in the first like 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
In the intro credits,
The intro credits are really cool though. I like the way they did it.
yeah,
I was trying to figure out how they were doing it because I was like, what? How is she floating? But then I realized that she was laying down and they just imposed the screen behind her, like the background behind her to make it look like she was floating. But yeah. Like there's things that are like rolling down towards her and she like kicks them away and then they just roll back down. And you can tell by the way her hair like lays back. It took me like a minute. I was like, how are they doing this in the 60s? How is this happening?
So what they did, I guess I looked it up, is she's laying on a giant slab of plexiglass.
Hmm.
So it gives the illusion that she's floating in the air because we can't see the plexiglass.
Yeah.
So that's how I thought the zero G, I wrote down like, oh, the zero G seems pretty cool. I don't
Mhm.
know how they did this. Like there's some crazy wire work or something.
Mhm.
But I was like, oh, they use plexiglass. That's one thing I do appreciate about these older movies, the really like creative ways they find to like fuck with perspective and to make things happen before like special effects was like really a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this is pretty impressive for this cheesy ass movie. I was like, oh, the zero G scene was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess we could get into it. So the movie kicks off with Barbarella in like this spacesuit. You see a spaceman. You're like, who's this spaceman? And she's like slowly starts strip teasing and dressing like within the first couple minutes of the movie. And I thought it was cool. She's kicking off like her arm thing or taking her helmet off. Like it shoots out like the name of the actress or actor who's playing the characters, and then they would creatively use the letters to like cover her fully nude body. So you never see any
Mhm.
like bush, but you do see a lot of titties. Like almost every outfit she's wearing within the first 30 minutes are showing her tits. Or she just has her tits out like straight up.
Yeah. This intro reminded me of kind of like Austin Powers,
Yes.
Yeah.
where it's and you know, I don't know if that was like a thing during this time, because this is, I don't watch too many movies from the 60s, but like, yeah, the using um the names to cover bush and tits.
This movie was rated PG, which is fucking hilarious.
Shut up, dude. What?
60s movies are wild.
What the fuck?
I think we were
Well, I
talking about this
also
last week when I was saying, like, dude, like the old rating system was wild. Like you could have titties everywhere and they'd still give you like a PG rating.
yeah, it was more about violence.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that now that's like shifted where we don't see as much titties and like sexuality. We see way more violence accepted just like casually. We could do a deep dive into that shit, but
No shit,
look,
huh?
just thinking about it, like the 60s movies, we had 2001 Space Odyssey, Rosemary's Baby, The Burbs, Psycho, Night of the Living Dead. Like those are the movies that I'm familiar with from the 60s. I haven't seen a movie that's really reminded me of the 60s than this movie, because like it immediately starts off with their spaceship just being completely covered in shag and like the 60s music and like I don't know, like the 60s font too. Like I think of like a really specific type of font when I think of
Yeah,
the
it's all
60s.
groovy.
Like
Yeah.
super groovy, and this was like a really groovy movie where like all the other movies that I just mentioned are really different and a little bit
Horror movies.
like heavier horror topics and like so this was a different type of movie, and I don't think I've ever seen a 60s movie like this before.
I don't know about you
60s
guys.
sci-fi comedy.
Yeah.
I love the music in this movie.
Oh, this movie, the music is a highlight of this film.
Yeah, it is.
The music fucking slap.
Mm-hmm.
Another bit of trivia, I guess David Gilmour of Pink Floyd fame played guitar on a lot of the songs.
Nice.
He was the studio guitarist.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the music rocks. I really like the music.
Yeah.
I was vibing with it. I was like, oh, this song's cool. All right, so Jane Fonda strip teases lets you know right off the bat. Like we know what you the audience came here to see. I mean, it starts when she has like I'm guessing it was like liquid, right? That's like supposed to be like the shade coming down on her helmet.
Yeah, it was like you remember those like baby bottles from like the early 90s that
Yes.
it was like filled with orange juice or milk, and then you would tilt it, and then it would like the liquid inside would make it seem like it was actually being
Drained
drank
or
by
whatever.
the fucking by the baby.
Baby.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that, which is cool, but then it automatically captivates you. You're just looking boom straight into Jane Fonda's eyes. You're like, damn, this chick's fun. Right off the bat. It knows what you want. Striptease. Definitely for the male audience, for the female audience if you're into it. And
It's empowering. Like
yeah,
Jennifer's
I guess
body.
one thing that I thought was interesting, I guess, about the movie is that they didn't want this movie to be a feminist film because from their perspective, that's taking some form of like a political stance. It's just like, no, she's just somebody who is not ashamed of who she is. And it's not supposed to be a statement. It's just like, this is who she is. This is her normal. So it's like, whatever. They wanted to keep her innocent positivity, which I thought was interesting because Her character is very nonchalant about sex, like the entire movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then we get our future tech. She FaceTimes with the president. I like how her like robot helper is just like a wall that just like randomly like flips little squares when it talks. I was like, that's cool. It tripped me
Yeah.
out at first. I'm like, is her robot like a wall? And then she meets the president, and this is where the hippie shit comes off right off the bat. This is where you know for the fact this is a hippie ass movie because they hit each other up with the love, put their hand up, and he's talking about like, hey, you got to go find this dude Durand Durand because he's invented this. Is it the cytronic ray? Is
Yeah.
that what it's called?
Yeah.
Positronic ray.
Positronic.
It's a positronic ray, and she's like, positronic ray. Why would he do that? For gratuitous violence and selfish stupidity? He's like, yeah, for war. And she's giving all these like, I don't know, terminology as to why she thinks war is stupid and people who practice war is stupid. And I was like, oh, that's super. That's the hippies right there, man.
Yeah. She has a line when the president's talking about like you need to go to this planet or whatever. She's like, "Oh, it's a planet that's a primitive state of neurotic responsibility."
That's
Like,
right.
what the fuck? Like, all right, Jane Fonda.
Yeah, it was just flexing on his brains and the body. A primitive state. That's a neurotic responsibility. But I thought the tech was cool. I think definitely ripped that from Star Trek with the whole FaceTime thing. And I like how he was able to teleport the weapons to her. Did you guys notice that the weapons, like the stock, was like a hand?
Yeah. It was like, yeah. Yeah. I noticed that.
It just caresses your side boob as you hold it.
Hmm.
Gets a little touchy
Well,
feely there.
she was fucking topless or fully naked the whole time during this whole conversation, and she even mentions she's like, "Let me go put something on," and the president's like, "Nah, don't even worry about it. Like,
Don't bother.
You're fine. You're fine the way
Yeah.
you are."
It's like, I can't wait to meet you in person. Like, whoa, buddy. And I think it's interesting how the president's like, I have no army or no fighting force to speak of. So I'm gonna send this one space marine chick to go deal with it.
But I think he calls her like his best agent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he gets all the weapon technology from the Ministry of, what was
Like
it?
the Museum of War or something.
Yeah, Museum of Destruction or like something like it's just like war on Earth has been outdated at this point. We're just in a museum.
Mhm.
I
That's
like
funny.
the little detail too that like he gives her, what does he call it? Like a tongue
Tongue box.
Tongue
box.
box.
Yeah.
And he's just put it on your wrist and it lets you talk to other people.
Oh yeah.
And then she's gonna find Duran Duran with a brain transmitter.
Mhm.
So it'll pick up his like brain waves and then it'll like flash when she's near him. That was pretty interesting. So she gets the
Tongue box has
mission.
a second a double meaning.
Yeah, it does.
This whole movie is just a bunch of sexual
Sexual
innuendos.
innuendos. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. This guy's being dudes.
Just dudes being bros.
Now I want to
French,
read
being
the comic
French.
for research purposes. And then I like what do they call their hyperspace?
I don't know, but it's a lava lamp.
I don't remember. Yeah, I wrote that
It
too.
is a lava lamp.
Yeah.
This whole every time they depict anything liquid, it's all lava lamps of different colors. And her hypo sleep is just her taking a pill and just sleeping on the floor.
Dude, the
All
directorial
uncomfortable.
decision to have her lay tits down and have a camera from the bottom looking up.
For real. I also feel like that's such an uncomfortable position, like to just lay on your stomach the whole time for 100+ hours.
Yeah, you having back problems after you wake up for sure.
Yeah.
Facts on that one. And then even when she wakes up and she gets their location, well, she gets stuck in like a graviton pool field something, and then like her computer's like, our chances of surviving are 0.0121.
It's 0.002 to 10,000
It's like
for the
basic-
odds.
Slim chance.
They survive like nothing. They just
Yeah.
crash land casually.
Never
The
tell me the
magnetic
odds.
disturbance. That's so fucking funny. And I like how she's like, I'm gonna do it manually. And the manual controls is just like this big ass looking keyboard. She's like pushing random buttons. Like, what is that? Was like, who
So
decided that
silly.
was a cool way to to control a ship?
She did it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she did. She survives. And she crash lands, and then she changes into her spacesuit that shows her tits.
One tit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
one
It's
tit,
a third wardrobe change.
dude. Oh, did you count them?
Fuck. I didn't, but I marked it down each time. It's another outfit change, another outfit change, another
Okay,
outfit change. I think it was
French love their
got to be
fashion
at least 10.
easily. They crash land, and they're like on this frozen like planet. I like how the computer wakes up. He's like, "Oh, where am I?" It's like, "I don't know. You fucking tell me, dude. That's your job." I was like, "Oh, that's cool. They get the computer personality." Like, so she leaves, and then immediately gets jumped by those weird twins.
Yep.
Like immediately, I don't understand why they hid the like crystal in a snowball. They could have just chucked a straight up crystal at her. She's so dumb, dude. She's like super trusting, even though like the president told her, "You're going to a planet. We don't know if they're hostile because they're not part of our like system of planets." And she's like, "Okay, cool." But her innocence, nonchalantness also gets her out of like a lot of situations
Yeah.
Yeah.
because she's so like not tripping really ever. So she gets knocked out, and then I wrote down because they put her on skis with this like ice stingray thing, and she
Yeah.
says,
The manta ray that moves at 2 miles per hour.
"Yeah,"
They could have fucking walked where they needed to go quicker.
and she's like, "But I haven't skied in ages." It was this line, and I was like, "Oh, is this a comedy? It's
Comedy.
supposed to be funny?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay," because
Twan's over there just like this.
he's like, "What is this fucking screenplay?"
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, where's this movie going? And she has that line after she gets taken by all the kids. She's like, "Come on, untie me, or I'm going to call your parents."
Yeah, that's right. When they're like, I thought when she's in their like layer of children.
Yeah,
They have all those evil ass like dolls.
Dolls with the
dude,
metal
That
teeth.
was kind of scary, low
turned
key
into
though.
a horror movie for a second there. I was
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck? These dolls? Fuck these dolls!"
I
And they
was like,
sound
dude,
like
just
monkeys. They're just like screeching.
then you just see their metal jaws just like chomping and very slowly moving towards her. I'm like, that's pretty terrifying.
Yeah.
I like how she gets like every time she gets damaged, she like immediately heals like instantly.
Barbarella.
And
Barbarella, dude.
every time she's attacked, they're like she's getting ripped through like stockings and what are those? What are they just called stockings? I don't know what that shit's called that women wear.
I think so, yeah.
Fishnets.
Mm.
She's
Yeah.
from Super Earth. She just heals really fast.
No shit, huh? Just takes a stim. She's ready to fucking go. Picks up health packs along the way. And then she gets saved by these two knights and the of I call him the furry man, but his name's Mark
Catchman?
Hand, the Catchman. I like his suit. He just looks like a big old bear.
Dude, and even after he took off his suit, he looked the same.
He was
Yeah,
still the
he's
bear.
super fucking hairy. And he rescues her and like every scene he's just like up downing her like the entire fucking time. She's
Yeah.
like, how can I pay you back? I'm sure. What does she say? I'm sure my my earth will accommodate you. He's
Mhm.
like, just make love to me. And she's like, all right. And then we find out on Earth they make love with
Pills.
they take pills and then they hold their hands together until they like mentally orgasm.
Mhm.
That reminded me of have you guys seen Demolition Man?
No, with
It's
Arnold
Sylvester
or
Stallone
Sly.
No.
and Wesley Snipes.
No.
So Wesley Snipes in that movie, he's a cop from like the 90s and he wakes up in the future. And the way they have sex there is you wear like a helmet and you and your partner have like mental sex because you're like in the same room. Like no one does it physically anymore. And that reminded me of
Sounds
that.
terrible.
I'm like, I wonder if they got this. Yeah, because he's like, what? I am unfamiliar with this. And she's like, oh, he's like, no, I want to do it this way. And she's like, what? You want to do it? Was it like old style or I put very, very poor style because she said that's the only people that have sex that way. They're very poor.
Yeah.
So like, so they do it poor style, and he rocks her world, and she's just like sinking, laying in bed.
He has
Like,
her humming.
she's just like had the time of her life.
I
And then
like that. I
go
like
ahead.
that when that's happening, it zooms out and it shows like his like what is it, like his ship going
Boat
back
thing.
over to her ship, and it's just like going around in a circle.
Yeah, it's just spinning around.
Yeah.
I like how she's like, "What? You have a boat? Where's the wind?" He's like, we don't need wind. It just has a big ass fan on the back of his boat that propels it forward. I
Smart.
don't know why. I just pictured Doc Brown just being like, "Where we're going, we don't need wheels."
It's a
Also,
hairier Doc
Also,
Brown.
how is she questioning that if on Earth they made like spaceships?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Just
I mean,
one of those other things.
I mean, why was she trying to talk to them in French when it was obvious that they weren't speaking French?
Oh yeah,
She
that's
would
like
try English and then was like, no. And then she would try French. It's like, no, that's not French. Like, let me adjust my tongue box.
they're speaking gibberish. That's so funny too, because from this point on, like whenever she wants to repay someone, she's like, "Oh, you just repay people by fucking them in this world.
Yeah.
That's just what you do. That's how you get it done."
That's how you repay people in the real world.
Wait, so when she dresses in
I don't
this
know if I'd want to do that with my boss.
in the skunk suit, and she just kept tripping over that tail ton, you're like, why did they write this into the movie? Like, what is the point of this?
I know, just fucking hating the movie. Like,
Because that's a bit. They use that joke like 3 or 4 times.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then I like how the catchman repairs his ship, but he repairs it
backwards.
backwards. Just crash immediately. Oh, that was fucking funny.
Yeah, this whole time I'm still taking this movie serious.
This is like he repaired me backwards. Boom! Immediately goes into the fucking ice.
Right. Did they go into like another dimension or like what the fuck happened? Did they go into the planet?
Just the
Yeah, she
inside.
turned into like a drill, or maybe like I put submarine because they were on top of a lake, so I assumed they just went under the lake, and then when she resurfaced, they ended up in the labyrinth because it's all like stones and shit.
Mm.
Because they traveled pretty far in that like very brief moment, but it is a spaceship, so I'm guessing it goes fast as fuck.
What was with the fucking like the way the spaceship looked too? It
It
looked
was
like a
weird
Lego
looking.
piece.
hmm
Was it here or later where we see that like it had those 6 bulbs and they like kind of start breathing?
I think it was here
I
because
think it was there.
after this, the ship isn't
It
like
was all
a
fucked up.
factor.
Yeah, we don't see it ever again. Oh, we see it once, but that's it.
Yeah. One time after. Well, a couple times after, but it's not like
It's not there.
it's not there.
Yeah.
Because she crashes and then she wakes up in the labyrinth. And I thought the labyrinth looked pretty cool. It looked pretty menacing.
Yeah.
When she meets Pygar the angel, and he's like, "Oh, this is the labyrinth," and it zooms out and it shows how the labyrinth like leads to the city of Sogo. And you're like, "Oh shit, that is a fucked up place to put somebody in like a prison."
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting because they get arrested for escaping the labyrinth. The labyrinths have an exit, but if you manage to figure out how to leave the labyrinth, you still get in trouble.
Yeah. The punishment is the labyrinth. You just stay in the labyrinth.
I also think it's funny that Pygar is blind and he's the only one that knows how to navigate the labyrinth.
I wrote that down.
Yeah.
He's like, Pygar, lead me back to the ship. And he's like, okay. I was like, they're being led by a blind man. What the fuck?
I was laughing during that whole scene because it was just like, how is this blind dude getting around the fucking labyrinth? How does he know?
That sucks, dude, because Pygar, I think, what does he say? He's like the last of like the felon trops or some shit like that.
The last
Mhm.
of the angels?
Yeah. And like, then instead of killing him, the guy just took, the great tyrant just took his eyes. And then you
But he
find
still
out
had his eyes.
all the good people, like all the not evil people, are in the labyrinth, and all the bad people live in the city of night. Because if you're not evil enough, they kick you out.
Which is really interesting because all the people in the labyrinth look like they kind of look evil, like they look like
Dude, they look
menacing, kind
wild.
of
Like
like
some of
fucked
them are
up.
stuck in the wall, and it doesn't explain how that happened.
Yeah, and they look like menacing, but they're all good people.
Oh yeah, so fucking Pygar leads them around, and she's like, "Hey, I need to get to that city." And he's like, "Oh, nobody goes to the city anymore. Once you're in the labyrinth, like you're there forever." And she's like, "Well, I could fly there if you fix my ship." And he's like, "Oh yeah, Professor Ping will be able to do it." And then they find Professor Ping, and he's just like this genius guy. He's just like got thrown in there. He looks crazy. I like his look. His goatee's cool.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I can fix your ship. I know these things." And then she's like, "Well, what doesn't Pygar help me?" And he's like, "Oh, it's not like a." He's like, "Oh, this muscle's fucked up." And he's like, "Nah, it's not a physical thing. It's like a moral thing. He like lost the will to fly." So then she fixes that by fucking him. And then Pygar's flying. He's on cloud nine, and she's singing again because she loves doing it poor style.
She really does though.
She
And
does. She's
honestly, that's the best way to heal somebody.
yeah. It's like the dick.
Yep. When you
That
have
is a good.
when you have a big case of the sads.
Yep, it's a good cure all.
Yeah.
And fucking Pygar. I like how he's like, "Oh, I refound the will to live." Like, yeah, no shit, dude. He just banged Jane Fonda. Like, no, really? You don't say, Pygar. I wonder what you needed to do. And then I like it's just her little gun that they use to shoot the Leathermen, the Black Knights, or what do they call them?
The
The Black Knights.
I think it's
Yeah,
just
the Black Guard.
the black
Oh.
guard, and they're made of leather.
Yeah, they're the Leathermen. Her gun reminded me of the cricket from Men in Black.
Oh
Because it's like a
yeah.
Dude.
tiny ass gun, but it just like blows them up.
I wonder if that's where Men in Black got their idea. There was some points when I saw this movie and it was like, I feel like I've seen this in other movies. Like, I wonder if they got their idea from this.
Maybe. I feel like it's one of those movies that is like inspirational in ways that because it's probably a formative film for a lot of young directors.
Yeah.
They fly around and Barbarella's like, "No, we can make it. I have my mini missile gun." She goes from like
gun
not
is
wanting to
crazy.
do violence to like immediately just like murdering like hordes of ships,
For real. With a
Just
mini
like-
missile gun.
insta shotting every single one of them.
It was literally just one shot, one kill. It was crazy.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
a mini missile gun. She took out a lot, dude. That
Earth
flying
weapons.
scene took a while.
Earth weapons are all bomb.
Is it just me or did their ships look like flying catfish?
I don't remember exactly what their ships look like. I'm gonna have to
I
look it
wrote
up.
down
I
they
know
look
that
like
they were just like they had like cones as like the viewing decks.
they were two seaters.
Yeah.
To me, you just blast them. Boom,
All of
boom,
these
boom.
ships are so like
Weird
not
looking.
aerodynamic. Like they
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to fly.
Well, there's no
Looking
air
insane.
in space.
Oh, brother.
I feel like ships generally have like a shape to them, like a flying shape.
that's true.
You know, like
These are just like this looks cool. This looks futuristic. And then she smartly when they make it and they get captured, she like plants a gun on Pygar without them knowing, without him realizing. And at first I was like, why the fuck did she plant a gun on this fool? Like she's trying to set him up. But she is pretty smart.
She, for being like the top agent and for getting captured all the time, she's actually still really bomb.
Yeah, no, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I
oh,
love
we
she-
also didn't mention that she I don't know if we did mention, but during the scene in the flight sequence, she mentions her energy box and how that
Oh,
it's
that's
almost
right.
depleted.
Mhm.
that's right.
And
Her
she's been
energy
smashing
box.
down fools, so it makes sense that her energy box would be low.
I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll see later on. She's got unlimited energy. She can go for days.
She can actually.
And I want to ask you guys a question. Like,
Ask
if
it.
if a girl is humming after you smash her down, is that a red flag or a green flag?
Green.
Green flag. If her legs are shaking, it's a free massage.
Humming, huh?
Humming.
Elman.
She's just fucking like in a state of euphoria, just
bliss.
yeah. She's a crazy person.
I think that's a green flag. Why would that be a red flag? You think that'd be a crazy person move?
Maybe.
What if they start speaking a different language afterwards?
That's an extreme red flag. Like she starts speaking in tongues.
Damn, you said her to look God. What are you talking about? So they're live in Pogo, and she just immediately gets captured. Just like immediately, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna land on the edge, so nobody sees us coming." It's like, Dick, you're a half naked man with big ass fucking angel wings. Like, what are you talking about? It's just like, we gotta get something to cover your wings. What is gonna cover that? Dude,
A big jacket.
Trash bag.
make it look like it's a hump or something. Like I'm just.
I mean, it wouldn't be the most outlandish thing in this land.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
What the hell? I'm after
Both.
sex. Could go either way.
By the way.
I like how when they're walking through this area, there's just like a dead body on the floor.
Casually.
And she's like, nothing's wrong. Trust me, we're good here.
So immediately just get there. There's just someone dead. And everyone's just like staring at them like, And they immediately kidnap her to like, I think they were going to rape her, right?
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
They're going to rape her in the room full of plastic bags.
Plastic bags.
And then the eye patch lady comes and just fucking shanks both of them. Just like insta kills them.
You don't mess with the eye patch lady.
I thought we were going to get some girl on girl action here.
So I guess that was written out and was supposed to happen.
Of course it was.
But they didn't actually film it. I don't know if it happens in the comic
drew the
book
line.
or not.
That's where they drew the line.
Like, we're not showing none of this goddamn homosexuality.
We're all about peace and love, but only when it's with a man and a woman.
There's a limit.
That's the fucking
Adam
Lord
and Eve,
intended.
not Adam and Steve.
That's a saying, isn't it?
Yeah.
So girl on girl action.
Girl on girl action was never shown to us. It's a true shame of the movie. This is a point just for that.
A whole letter score just down.
A little scored down. I mean, hey, they're both pretty fine. I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And they kept teasing us the whole movie. This constant fucking edging us.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Shit.
This movie is just one fucking giant edge.
And then I like how they while they're escaping, they end up in like the suicide booth from Futurama.
I thought that was really cool.
You have 3 choices. Hopefully he picked the right one because the other 2 are gonna fucking kill you. Like you open one door and you just hear like screams like immediately. You're like, oh shit.
I thought there was screams in all of them.
No, one of them was right.
Oh.
Because the girl pushes, remember they showed that chick, she pushes one and she's like, oh, not that one. And she runs back and she goes to another one and she pushes it too much that it flips and pushes her in. And then you just hear her like die immediately.
Mm-hmm.
But then they are saved by the concierge to the great tyrant. So I guess we never mentioned, but yeah, Sogo's run by the great tyrant.
A little piece of trivia is Sogo is short for Sodom and Gomorrah.
That's cool.
Nice.
Because there's nothing but debauchery going on. Like everywhere they go, there's like someone naked shown up somewhere, or it looks like in the background you could see shadows of like people having sex.
Yeah, the whole time it felt like the last hours of an orgy.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's like tired, but there's still people going. But for the most part, everyone's just like chilling.
That's interesting because there's also an angel in there, and then the whole thing about like innocence and all that stuff. So is this a religious story? Is this like a touch of religion in this story? Like
maybe because it says later on that like, well, Pygar and Barbarella are the only truly like good,
Innocent people.
innocent people in the entire planet. Now, like
Yeah.
everybody has been corrupted by the was it the Mutmos or Matmos?
The Mathmos.
Mathmos.
Mathmos. That like it's like a liquid lake that feeds on evil. It's like pure evil. I guess in the comic it's like a monster, and the liquid is like a gas that comes out of it.
Hmm.
But it
So
feeds on pure evil, and that's why everyone in Pogo is evil, so they can keep the Mathmos at bay.
Sogo.
Sogo. Let's say Pogo.
Pogo.
dude, when they first mentioned the Mathmos, I thought they were saying the Math Moth. So I'm like, damn, we're gonna get to see a fucking giant ass moth. And
Fucking Mothman.
why is he a math moth? Is he just fucking good at math?
He's got fucking a pocket protector and some fucking big ass
He's got a
glasses.
fucking whiteboard
2
behind
plus
him
2
with like
equals
a
4.
complicated equation
Has
solved.
fucking suspenders.
It's the math moth.
The Math Moth. He's gonna calculate our death.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
And then Pygar's just like immediately captured. And she's like, oh, Pygar. And the concierge is like, don't worry, you'll see him later. And she's like, oh, okay. Well, if you say so.
I like that Pygar gets captured in like a big net and then pulled up, and then she goes down a slide, but they still end up in the same room.
Yeah, that is interesting, huh? Then she sees those weird kids again. And the kids are like, let's fucking shank her.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, the concierge would never do that. He always ruins our fun. It turns out those twins are
Cousins.
the nieces of the great tyrant.
Oh, that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
I think it's interesting. We didn't mention it about the kids, but like they're just set into the wild until they're of age that they're captured and brought back to society because they're like sufficiently like brutal and savage after being out in the wild. That's
Yeah.
a
Terrifying,
grand-
dude.
I mean,
that's a
kids,
crazy ass custom.
Kids can be fucking menaces.
It's like some fucking
Yeah,
There's
think,
like there's like kid gangs in Europe, isn't there?
Yeah, fuck. We were I listened to a podcast, last
Talking about
podcast on the
the
left.
larrikins?
Yeah, the fucking there's roaming groups of children in
Australia.
in Australia, and they have a name for
No.
them.
The
They're
larrikins.
called larrikins, and they just like
Sounds like
go
a
into
cryptid.
they go into places. Yeah, it's the cryptid of larrikins. They go into places and they just fuck shit up, and then everyone's like, "Oh, those are the larrikins," and like it's just like a rite of passage to be a larrikin at some point in time. But they're so ingrained in the culture that like they've actually had to come up with their own term just to name a whole roving band of just fucking destructive children.
Destructive like teenagers or like
Yeah.
preteens.
That's fucking hilarious. Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, when
Wish
I was in
grew up
Mexico, Mexico City, there's this like group of like 7-year-olds that just kept like running around and like smashing bottles. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck yeah.
These fucking kids.
They're out there living. LIVIN.
And then we find out what
It
a
is.
twist. The great tyrant is Knife Chick. Eye patch lady.
I feel like we skipped over some stuff.
Did we?
Yeah, the birds.
No, that's after
not yet.
this.
That's after.
What?
Because what happens
Because
is
when she slides down, she's in the bird cage, and then
No.
a
No,
hatch
that's
opens up.
that's a different slide.
But there are many
What?
slides, and
She
it's
gets
not
put in
this
the
one.
birdcage right after this because the tyrant wants to have sex with her, and she's like, "I'm not down." And she's like, "Fine, he'll be tortured." And then they like, "To the birds," and then they throw her to the birds.
What about Pygar reading Braille on a flat surface?
Oh, that's right. The Pygar, what does this say?
Oh,
That's
that's how they
that's a
get
tank.
into the suicide tank.
The suicide tank. That's right. That was fucking funny. Fucking suicide Pygar. And she's like, I like how he's being like crucified.
Yeah.
And this is where her clutch move comes out because she pulls out the gun and she takes the great tyrant hostage.
hmm
And the great tyrant's like, "Don't hurt my face, not my beautiful face." And then the concierge just like walks up to her and just like snatches the gun. And he's like, "Your Majesty, her energy thing is empty. If you would pay attention." And I was like, "Oh damn!" And she's like, "All right, fucking to the birds then." And then she lays Pygar down and she's like, is this how you make love to Barbarella?
Straddling him.
And she's like, an angel doesn't make love. An angel is love. I was like, damn.
Oh yeah.
Mind blown. That was deep.
The
Mhm.
fucking poet. It's all the panties moist.
Except hers. Because after that, she was like, fuck this.
She's like, fuck this dude.
What do you mean you are love?
What did you think of the bird cage?
I
It's a
thought
random way to kill somebody.
it reminded me of the Birds, and the Birds came out like three or 4 years before this movie.
I guess it used hummingbirds, songbirds, and
Parakeets?
yeah, parakeets.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, dude.
Jane Fonda got sick doing this scene.
I can imagine, bro. You like, there's no CGI in this, and there's a couple scenes where she just has rows of birds just sitting on her in her entire body. Like,
Mm-hmm.
When the problem was, I guess, like they released all the birds, but the director was like, they're not doing what I want them to do. They're just kind of just not going towards her. So he blew a big ass fan to push them towards her.
It sucks.
But that scared the birds, so they just started shitting all over Jane Fonda. And like bird shit has like a lot of bad stuff in it.
Yeah.
So she was like sick for like a while, like a couple weeks or something.
Damn. Bird flu.
That's her husband did that to her. That's spousal abuse.
were they
Directors
husband
back in
and
the day were
wife
crazy, dude.
Yeah, they're husband and wife during this.
during this? Oh, okay.
He thought she would be perfect for it. I was like, damn, dude, you really sexualized your wife, huh? He's like, yeah.
Hmm.
She's bad and I know it.
French, right? He's French director.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, French director for The Fifth Element, and look at what he did with Mila Jokovic at a young
That's
age.
true. That's true.
The French are freaky.
They are freaky.
Freaky French.
Hitchcock also did some. I mean, when he was filming The Birds, he did some crazy shit.
Oh yeah, Hitchcock was a madman.
Yeah,
He already is like a fucking asshole, no?
Yeah,
dude.
he really put
He,
her
like-
through the fucking ringer to get all that shit. Like she was actually getting cut by birds during the filming of The Birds.
Damn.
They were filming back in the day was aggressive as shit. And, you know, there wasn't like that many laws and
Well, that's
no
how they have
unions
that
and like no protections of anything.
Yeah.
that sign, right? That like no animals were harmed during the making of this film.
Mhm.
hmm
Back then,
They didn't
they
give a
were
shit.
they were harmed.
Was
Yeah.
that horse head real in Godfather?
Ooh.
Damn.
Well, that came out
If-
in like the 80s, so probably it was probably not real.
Godfather came out in 71.
Oh, I don't think it. Oh, let's just check.
I don't know, bro. I recently saw it. It looks like a real horse head.
I mean, they abused the fuck out of that whale in Free Willy.
Animal protections have been in place since the 30s when the Humane Association began monitoring treatment of animal actors on film sets. In the 40s, the Humane Association, and the Motion Picture Association agreed that filmmakers would consult the Humane Association on all films. In 51, the Humane Association gave its first picture animal top star to a talking mule. In the 80s, the entertainment industry gave the Humane Association the sole authority to protect animals used in a film through a contract with the Screen Actors Guild. So in the 80s was when they actually started to really step in and enforce it. So potentially
Maybe.
not. That'd be crazy.
This isn't related at all, but kind of. I think it's so hilarious, those memes that have come out. It's like when you pick up your son for your weekend only to watch him get demoralized by a Labrador who's playing point guard.
Oh fuck. Airbud. Nice.
So funny. Oh my god. So then this is where the hatch releases and she like slides down. I like how it's like so obvious. Like, how has nobody found that secret hatch? Like, there's no cameras looking at that torture chamber.
Once you get
Mhm.
put in the birds, that's it.
It's a set it
Yeah.
and forget it.
You guys noticed that she almost smashed some birds? I wouldn't be surprised if she smashed and killed some birds.
Oh no.
I
Sliding
don't be
down.
surprised either.
Really?
Yeah, because there was a bird like right by her back when she landed on the bed. And then you see them kind of like flying around afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking wrecked one. Just felt a crunch. And then she meets my favorite character, Dildano.
What a name.
He's
Strong
so
name.
Dildano saves her, and he's just like he kind of looks like a beetle. Kind of looks like
Mhm.
George Harrison. He's just fucking
Mhm.
up the whole time. He's like, "This is our." He's like, "Use the secret hatch," and like the door just doesn't work.
This is when I started to realize it was
It is a comedy.
fucking comedy, because I was like, okay, this is like too silly. It was almost reminiscent of like Monty Python type
Humor.
of humor. Yeah, just some
There's
silly goose shit.
that's like a. And he's like, "Yeah, this is our map of all our secret hideouts. You can tell by the lights." She just like looks at it, and it's like blank. He starts like hitting on it, and it turns on. He's like, "Yes, as you can see." Oh my god. This whole scene had me laughing. This shit was funny. And then she's like, all right, I'm gonna repay this dude with sex, but he wants to do it human style,
Hmm.
Earth
and she's
style.
Earth
Earth
style.
style, and she's all like disappointed.
But this is the
And
first time we see it, and it's so
it's
hilarious.
so
Yeah.
hilarious. And then when she comes, her hair gets like instantly curly and looks all like amazing. And
Mhm.
his fucking hair shoots up, and his hand starts smoking.
He was taking it to another level. That guy
Yeah.
That dude is like
That was funny
fucking.
because
got
he
lost in the
actually,
sauce.
yeah, he like starts like he almost catches fire. He's just like flaming.
That she's got a tight box, dude. Her brain is just like fucking
Just
putting the
all
pressure
around.
on him.
Just well rounded.
And then there was a point in time where he was like getting off just by himself too. She took her hand away.
She takes her hand away.
Oh yeah, that's right. After she finishes, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my bad. That was fucking funny, dude. Fucking Dildano. You know, like how he's just the other guy comes, the other revolutionary, and he's like trying to talk to him, and he's just like his eyes are like shaking his head, he's all like glazed over and shit. He's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Imagine having to do fucking business right after having that intense of a climax.
Your fucking hair is just standing up on its own.
I
Your
need a
hand
minute.
is a smoking gun.
Yeah.
For real, fucking the friction is so crazy. Oh my god, fucking Dildano. But then they come up with the deal. They have sex, and he's like, "All right, so I'll help you. You help me. You let us have your weapons." And I like how he's like, "We need to get at her when she's in her was it like the sleep chamber, the dream chamber?"
Dream chamber.
He's like, "Here's the key," and she's like, "Where is it?" He's like, "It's an invisible key for an invisible door, of course." And it's like not in there. It's like fuddling around with the other keys, and he like finds it. That shit was fucking stupid.
But I like that it was actually an invisible key though. Like it wasn't that it was just missing. It was just a legit invisible key.
Invisible key. And I
Yeah.
like how throughout the movie, whenever they interact with it, they like she does the whole motion of putting it over her head and like puts it under her shirt and like tucks it in. And they
Yeah.
do the same thing later on. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
They have an invisible chain and an
Mhm.
invisible key.
It's fucking genius. So then, and then we find out that Professor Ping was also part of the rebellion
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's like, I have a secret transmitter, and it's like in the middle of the bed. And Ping's like, yeah, the this is where we see the ship again. He's like, yeah, the ship's fixed, but it got spotted by the black guard, so I'm gonna like send it to a remote location to hide it or whatever. And then that's the last we see of the ship. We never see the ship again.
Never do. I mean, it's somewhere safe, but
Yeah.
it's just gone.
And then what'd you think of so Barbarella escapes and she ends up in that like opium den orgy bar, and they're smoking the essence of men.
It's hardcore.
Is this where they have that chick that's like strapped up and her tits are just hanging out? She's just like strapped on the hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, and there's someone below her, like with a candle on her feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Crazy
freaky,
sex
dude.
parties.
Yeah.
These fucking sex parties are random. And then she immediately gets captured by the concierge.
Like he
Yeah.
he immediately knows who she is, even though she's like trying to cover her face, and he's like, well, you escaped from the birds.
Just fucking beelines it right to her.
Yeah.
She's like, and even when she's a Daldano, she's like, "Do you have clothes I can borrow?" He's like, "Yes, this would be a perfect disguise." Like, nah, it was, like immediately.
Wasn't any disguise at all.
Yeah, one tit out.
Hmm.
Yeah, with one tit out. The concierge throw. I like how his capture and his means of torture is to like kill you via orgasm, death by snooze, by snoofu or
Snoo snoo?
Snoo.
snoo, death by snoo, and that like sex organ fucking Sibian machine.
Hmm.
So weird.
Because he
And
starts. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The camera angles during this part made it seem like he was stroking himself, but he was just playing the piano because it was just like the head and the shoulders, but you could see he's like moving his head and moving his shoulders all crazy, and then it shows her and you only see her head and it looks like she's being
Snoo snood.
given some cunnilingus.
Yep. Just getting it. Just
Yeah.
loving it. She's like dripping sweat. But she's too bomb. Her box is too
He's
powerful.
too bomb,
She is
dude.
too bomb.
He just breaks the machine and starts smoking and everything. And she's just like, "Oh wow, like that was a good warm up." And he's like, "Do you have no decency? What kind of woman are you? Broke my beautiful machine." Oh my god. And then we find out, dun dun dun, the concierge was Durand Durand the entire time. Because her little brain transmitter thing goes off. Which is interesting because did she not have it with her when she met him the first time?
She did, but she didn't turn it on. I think when he walks over it, it turns on. Oh no,
Oh.
because the machine that she's in rips off her clothes and it flies out the back. And when it
Oh,
flies
yeah.
out, it hits the floor and it turns on its own. And so when he walks by it, that's when it goes off.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we find out Duran Duran is actually in his mid-20s, but the evil of is it the math moth
Mathmos?
Mathmos fucking
Fucking math moth.
the math moth fucking like aged him so much that he looks like he's like 50 now.
Yeah.
I'll give him
Poor
he looks like he's in his late 40s.
I
He looks
think
older
he's
than
in
that.
his 50s,
In his 50s?
Yeah.
mid 50s.
Doubled in age. And we find out that Duran
Double
Duran
pleasure.
he fucking hates Earth and their peaceful bullshit, and he wants to conquer Sogo and then go on to conquer the universe and conquer Earth with his positronic ray that sends people to the fourth dimension, a place that nobody can escape from. So it doesn't even kill you; it sends you to a whole nother dimension, which is kind of worse.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that worse?
I feel
Well,
like that's
because he
worse.
said that the way doesn't he say like it's like a horrible place, the fourth dimension?
I don't
Yeah.
know. How does he know?
That's a good question.
Hmm.
Could be a heaven dimension, or it could be a hell dimension, or it could be
Oh, like in
Event Horizon?
Event Horizon?
yeah.
Can you see?
Oh, that's a good Halloween movie.
So then he's like, so she's like, I like how he's like nonchalant. He tells her like, yeah, that's my whole plan. All right, cool, I'll be back. I'm gonna kill you now. And she's like, wait, but I have the key. And she's like, oh, I could take her out. I have the invisible key. And he's like, lies. Oh, she's like, I have
No,
the key.
yeah.
He's like, what does the key look like? It's invisible. He's like, so you do have the key. I was like, that's all it took. That's all the
Right.
convincing he needed. I was fucking stupid. But he's like, all right, fuck it. We'll work together. So he takes her to the dream chamber and just like immediately like turns on her. He like opens the door by like you just fucking chuck the key on the ground. You just
Mhm.
spike it with all your might. He opens the door. He pushes her in, grabs the other key, spikes it closed, and he's like, well, now you're in there forever. Fuck you. I'm gonna go conquer the world. You're gonna die in there. Because we find out that if the queen is not in the dream by herself, the math moth will eat her.
Mathmos. Mathmos.
Mathmos. And the queen's dreaming about the angel. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants that angel dick. But while this is all going on, the slaves start revolting and they start dominating all the leathermen.
Dude, they were wrecking. They're just
Real
blowing
Immediately.
them up left and right.
earth
Well,
weapons.
those earth weapons are all bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
I mean, you saw what that little pistol could do, and then they had a bunch of like rifles.
Yeah, earth weapons are all beast.
They're like wrecking. You see Dildano fighting with Professor Ping. I like how they crown the Durand Durand like immediately.
Hmm.
Like
Well,
it's like been a
I-
couple minutes.
I think he requested it. I think he wanted to be crowned immediately. Like he immediately wanted to take over.
Yeah.
And he's like, fine, I'll do it myself. And he gets his positronic ray and he starts blasting everybody. And he immediately just like kills the whole rebellion.
Yeah.
Because his positronic ray is like all bomb.
Yeah.
But little does she know that the great tyrant has her own secret weapon. And she releases the Mathmos to the world and basically just kills the entire world.
She does actually. Yeah, she's fucking what's it called? Um
Cleanse?
uh, scorched earth
Ethnic
policy.
cleanse?
Yeah, she
Oh, yep.
scorched earth policy that shit.
Yeah.
And I like how Durand Durand's like, oh, you may have bested me this time, Barbarella. It's like, what the fuck?
I wonder if in the comics he's like a reoccurring enemy for him to say that.
I wonder if it's like, because from what I was reading, they say that the movie stays pretty close to the comic. There's just a couple scenes that they didn't do.
Hmm.
So I wonder if it's just like a graphic novel one off.
Yeah.
Or if it's a recurring series.
Hmm.
And then the Mathmos creates a bubble around Barbarella and the Great Tyrant because her innocence is like deadly to him. So
Mhm.
he creates a bubble around her so she doesn't kill him. And then we later find out it also created a bubble around Pygar because Pygar's pure innocence too. So Pygar survived. She survived. And then Pygar saves both of them. And she's like, Pygar, why did you save the queen? He's like, I have no memory.
Angels have no memory.
Angels have no memory. So he doesn't remember what happened to her. And then that's how the movie ends. They're flying to her ship to escape.
Oh yeah.
That's so random. I don't know why they just didn't show them getting to the ship and taking off.
Nope. Don't need to.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to show a three-way at the end, but it didn't happen.
I was thinking that as well.
There,
But
there was a part when Pygar is still knocked out, and I think the tyrant's like, "Why don't you give him mouth to mouth?" And Barbarella's
yeah.
like, "I have a better idea." And when she said that, I was like, "Damn, she's gonna smash him down. She's gonna rape him, non-consensual." But then she just like starts pumping his wings like trying to get an engine to start.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. Fucking Barbarella. That was fucking funny. Oh, what a wild ride this movie was. This is a silly goose movie.
for
Yeah.
real.
It was a lot
It was
sillier
through
than
and through.
I thought. Apparently, so it had a budget of between 4 to 9 million. I don't think well that's just according to Wikipedia. And it made 5.5 million.
Pretty good
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
It's
it's okay.
okay.
for back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, for back then. I mean, honestly, like there weren't no blockbusters until Jaws. And that's when people realized, oh, some movies can actually make a lot of money.
Yeah. What year did that come out again?
Jaws is in 72, 71,
75.
75. The first summer blockbuster. And I guess the rock group Durand Durand took their name from the bad guy.
I was
course.
thinking that the whole time. Like it
Yeah.
this has to be why they're named that.
Durand Durand.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember growing up, I'd be like, Durand Durand, that's such a random name. Like, does somebody actually name that in the band? It's like, nope, it's from Barbarella. And they even have a song about Barbarella.
Oh, nice. I was thinking it's just two dudes named Durand.
Yeah. Because I know a guy named Durand. What's his last name? But and I'm
Yeah.
like, I was like, are they fucking Hispanic in any way? Are they like Argentinian? Is super light skinned boys? But no, it's from the movie. And I guess another thing they did to get the birds to like go to Fonda is they put a bunch of bird seed in her pocket.
Hmm.
Classic.
Damn.
I'm actually curious if that many birds could actually kill somebody.
I think
I think it depends on the type of bird.
yeah, didn't we have this conversation?
Well, we talked about how Hitchcock was just like trying to murder that one chick.
No, but
Yeah.
I thought at one point in time we were talking about how many birds you would have to take on to like, or how many birds do you think you can take?
I think that was on last pod.
That wasn't last pod. How many birds do you think you could take?
What kind of
Probably
birds
like
are they?
20 crows.
Yeah, like crows. How many
Crows
crows?
could fuck you up. They got
Yeah, they
they'll
can.
poke your eyes out and shit. They could eat your ears.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could take on 20.
20 crows, probably.
Yeah,
Because one hit will take it out.
yeah.
But the sheer amount of them hitting you all at one place would probably knock you over.
Probably get wrecked kind of immediately.
Yeah,
By
they
like
all
by
had like a
mob.
coordinated attack.
Yeah,
They
Like a-
speared you.
Yeah, like a dive bomb
yeah. Just
straight
getting
through the brain.
dive bombed by a bunch of crows. Yeah, it'd probably be dead.
Fucking terrifying. But if they're parakeets, bro, I would take on the entire parakeet race. I would commit genocide against
wiping out
parakeets.
bloodlines of parakeets.
I'd be like Zangief. I'll just like stand and have my fists out and just like start spinning in a
Yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
Oh
Start
my God.
clapping.
Oh, we didn't mention it, but fucking Dildano's password.
Oh, dude, I don't even want to try to say it.
I didn't write it down, but it's so hilarious because it's like gibberish.
It's real. It's a city in
Yeah.
Wales.
Oh,
Shut
really?
up, really?
Yeah. It's a city in Wales.
That's so hilarious.
It's known for having the longest name in the United Kingdom. Is that what it is?
Yeah. That's
Lynn
it.
Farbin Gwalach Yavalagach. What the fuck? I wonder what that even means in Welsh. Apparently they're remaking Barbarella
With Sydney
Sweeney.
Sweeney.
No way, dude.
And it's
Let's
gonna be
go.
directed by Edgar Wright.
I'm ready. My body's ready.
Remind me who that guy
It's
is?
Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, fuck
Hot
yeah.
Fuzz.
She's such a terrible actress too, but it'll just like Jane Fonda, so it'll work out great.
She's all right.
Jane Fonda played a good like clueless like blonde though.
She did. Innocent.
Yeah. Yeah, even though she's
Gullible.
like supposed to be like pretty smart. And then Fonda dubbed herself for the French version because I guess she does speak French.
Nice.
That's cool.
And the sets were inspired by the Wizard of Oz.
Mm,
Yeah. Makes sense. It's very like whimsical.
yeah.
And one thing that I thought was super cool, the actor who played Pygar, John Philip Law, is like a huge comic book fan. So they wanted originally his wings to be pure white, but he was a huge fan of Hawkman. So he's like, no, I want it to be tan, like Hawkman's wings.
Nice.
So that's why his wings are that color.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah,
That's
I
always
think
nice.
pure white would have been too much.
Yeah.
It'd have been cool if they did like pure white, but it was dirty in spots to show like him being in the labyrinth.
Yeah.
Or he's just so angelic and so pure that you can't dirty an angel's wings.
Oh, that probably would have tied in a little bit better with the Mathmos thing.
Yeah, probably, huh?
Yeah.
I could see how it's being inspired by Wizard of Oz, but
Like the set pieces.
well, I thought the one scene where they show the labyrinth to Sogo is reminiscent when they do the zoom out to show the witch's lair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I thought that was very reminiscent. I was like, I've seen this used before. Yeah, I think that's all my interesting facts. You guys got any other ones?
She had a total of 7 wardrobe changes.
7 wardrobe changes. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're all ridiculous. The fashion in general was like wild in this movie.
It
Yeah.
was.
It was very
And I guess this
70s or
movie's like
60s.
crazy fashion inspired the fashion that was used for the Fifth Element.
Nice.
Makes sense. Another French director.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, that's another French ass movie. All right, should we get into our reviews?
Let's do it.
All right, I'm curious. I'm curious to hear yours, Swan, because you didn't know it was a comedy. So why don't you kick us off?
Fuck. All right. Well, I mean, I'm just nitpicking here, but a lot of times I felt like the movie was like very one dimensional, and like I get that it was an older movie. I understand that, but I feel like that shouldn't. That doesn't mean I should lower my expectations. Because you have a movie like Star Wars where it felt way more. What was it like grand? Um,
Yeah,
but that being said, I think the set pieces were like a highlight of the film. Being as old as it was, I can only imagine what like audiences um, kind of thought about seeing this movie. Um, didn't know that it was. I didn't realize that it was a comedy, as I said, until about 45 minutes into the movie. So I was taking it very serious, and the whole time I'm like, this shit is just like over the top cheesy. It's just a fucking cornball movie. But knowing that it is a comedy, can kind of give it a little bit more slack. Like it was silly on purpose. But yeah, Jane Fonda, I finally get it. Um, she was a bombshell actress, so it makes sense that the directors wanted her to be naked as much as possible throughout the movie. Um, I do think that this is a very niche type movie, and if you're into like these old timey like sci-fi movies, definitely check it out. Um, I am not so much into this; like it's not really my jam, so I give this movie a C. Found just like right in the middle. It was fantastical, which was cool. I like that type of movie. Jane Fonda was nice throughout. The weapons were pretty funny. They caught me off guard with how outlandish they were and just exploding people left and right. Um, but yeah, this is basically Jane Fonda going on a sexcapade throughout the galaxy. So let's see.
yeah. Apparently, we didn't bring it up. So it was originally released as Barbarella, and then re-released as Barbarella, Queen of the Galaxy,
Mm, nice.
which makes no sense. She's not a queen ever in this.
She's not.
She's an agent
She is an
of
agent.
Earth.
Yeah.
It should have been Barbarella, agent of Earth.
She's like a chick Austin Powers in space.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you go next, Sam?
I give this movie a B minus. I thought that it was a silly, fun time. I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I was because I think, I mean, I felt like I knew it was like a comedy from the beginning, so I thought it being for how old it was, I thought that the humor to me still kind of like stood like withheld this test of time. Just because it was really like silly and goofy. Also Jane Fonda, I understand. And so yeah, that was also a nice treat to get to see this. There was like a couple of like plot holes when it was kind of like frustrating, but I just talked that up to being like a early 60s movie. So it's something that I'm like willing to overlook. I'd recommend this movie to someone who's just trying to get through some like classic movies because I feel like this is one of those classics and it really highlights Jane Fonda and just the silliness of the 60s time. B minus.
Yeah, I'm right. I'm right there with you. This movie surprised me a lot. I also gave it a B minus.
Nice.
I didn't realize it was a comedy until like a good like 15, 20 minutes into the movie. But I do love a cheesy B movie. Like I do like this type of film. I do like older movies. I was pleasantly surprised, yeah, same to be the same like dude on this podcast to be like, yeah, Jane Fonda, I get it. Like, she's very attractive. But it was cool. I liked it. It was a fun ride. It was goofy. It was stupid. But overall, like, if you're not really into like the over sexualization of Jane Fonda in this movie, you might not like it. But like, even with the way they use it with the comedic tones, I think is pretty funny. And like as Matt said, like it does hold up because they don't really do jokes it's more like goofy scenarios that I think kind of hold up and are still pretty funny. Especially Dildano, that dude. That his whole scene was
Yeah.
comedy. That scene was really good. So yeah, I'd recommend it to people if you want to watch a dumb B movie from like a legendary actress. It's worth checking out. It's a good film. It's goofy, it's fun, it's lighthearted. Don't take it too seriously, and you'll enjoy it. So B minus for me. Before we move on, Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie a 75%. So that's right where Twan's at. And then IMDb has it at a 5.9. So audiences don't seem to really like it, but Rotten Tomatoes thinks it's like a middling movie.
I'm thinking now maybe I'm willing to give it such a high score because I've seen movies that I feel like are really bad compared to this movie. So maybe that's why I'm a little bit forgiving too, because now I think we've seen so many movies and I'm kind of basing my judgment based off of those movies that we've seen. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that might also be like a thing as well that I'm kind of like unconsciously doing.
I mean,
Subconsciously doing.
If
I
we
like
were
a
to
goofy
match,
sci-fi movie.
yeah, if we were to match this up with other sci-fi movies that we've seen, so what, Fifth Element and Repo Man,
Mhm.
I think this
And
movie
Killer
is better
Clowns.
Killer
better than
Clowns.
both of them. Killer
Not
Clowns
better.
is
I don't think
like
it's
a
better than. I
horror
don't know. I
movie.
think it's better. Horror sci-fi. That's
Yeah.
horror forward, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it's better than Fifth Element and Repo Man. Repo Man sucks. I'm gonna keep saying it every single week. Fuck that movie. But yeah,
I
Fifth
thought it was
Element
okay.
also sucks. This movie was better than Fifth Element.
It was a
Damn.
fun. It was a fun ride. I don't. It's interesting because they're both by French directors. They're both goofy, but I think the only difference is that Barbarella is trying to be goofy, where Fifth Element is not trying to be goofy. I think it has goofy undertones, but it's not supposed to be a comedy. It's like an action movie with comedic tones,
Yeah.
where Barbarella is a comedy movie in a sci-fi setting. Like Twan said, it's got like some old school Monty Python-ish, like that kind of humor, in like a really weird setting with just showing off how beautiful Jane Fonda is.
Yeah.
All right. So for this week, guys, we are doing something a little different because the spooky season is upon us.
Spooky.
So the next 4 episodes, we are going to do our personal favorite horror movies. So my personal, The Dales, Twan's personal favorite, and Saya's personal favorite movie.
Hello.
And then we are going to give you what the audience has been begging for. We are going to do a recording of Season of the Witch, the movie that was supposed to be our first episode, but the recording didn't work out, so we pivoted to True Romance. So we're going to actually do a true recording. We're going to rewatch the film, and that'll come out Halloween Day. So that'll be the conclusion for the spooky season. But for next one, we are going to start off with Twan's favorite horror movie. So Twan, what are we going to watch?
What are we watching?
Oh man, I'm gonna be taking us back a little
Can I
bit.
take a guess?
You can probably guess it.
Is it Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre, boys.
Hell
We're gonna
yeah.
go to Texas,
the Jessica Biel
1974.
version? Oh,
Nah, what the hell? Even though that one is good, I think that
That's a
one
solid
is
one.
probably the best like remade
remakes?
horror classic. Yeah. Yeah, Texas Chainsaw, man.
The original
Gotta do
Texas
it.
Chainsaw
Gotta do
Massacre.
it.
Fuck yeah. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy the beginning of our horror bonanza. So next week we will be covering Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The original 1978?
1974.
Oh, the original 1974. Damn, that movie came out so much earlier than Halloween, which kind of started the whole like slasher movie horror craze. It is truly a classic. The 1974 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's gonna be a good time. We all love this movie. It's gonna be a Twan Ford episode because it is Twan's favorite movie. So
Twan then lead us through the movie.
Oh, baby.
I'm gonna take a step back as the narrator for this next week.
Let's do it. Let's get it.
Looking forward to being an observer. All right. So thank you for joining us again, guys. If you would like to donate, we would appreciate it. Just go ahead and click the link at the end of each episode. If you can't donate, it's totally cool. We love making the podcast. We love joining you guys every week and talking about movies. But any donations would be appreciated. It'll go to paying for all the various programs we use to produce the pod. If you haven't done so already, give us a follow on our social media platforms. We are on Instagram, TikTok, X/Twitter, Threads, and YouTube. As always, I have been your host, The Dale, followed by my two co-hosts, Mr. Saya.
You guys are ready for spooky season.
And Twan. Catch y'all next week. Bye.
Brushing your teeth is the only time you clean your skeleton.
Oh, shit. That's crazy.